one versus Baguette Squad. Hey, weather that storm and just go for booming clears over the heads of RJM. But just like that, we are into match number 3 for the day.
That ball's going to be cut over the top, and it's going to be immediately sent back down into RJM territory, but Justice will get a quick hit. It's going to knock it forward, but Baguette has it all control. But like we talked about, right out early, RJM coming out, they're trying to get it right into the base of Baguette. And this allows for these opening breaks to allow for a quick hit down. If you get a double touch, great. But if not, you cause enough pressure, maybe you find a quick hole.
Good win there by Yukis at midfield, and Risual passing that towards center, but good cutoff from Mike Boy. Loving the cutoff passing plays that we're seeing coming out from RJM here early, and a good touch there from Risual.
And of course, one of the things to look for RJM is these passing ability. You do have the duo of Justice and Mike Boy. RLRS is one of those players that can put his hands over them, get those strings aligned, and move the ball forward like a cohesive unit that they can do. But RLRS will have to fall back on transition. Only 6'3" boost, going to go up for the pass, but he actually misses and it gets sent down into the clear zone. Now at midfield, it's going to be worked back to Baguette, and they will send it back up towards RJM before Justice knocks it away.
Good midfield presence from the rookies coming out here. And here's RLRS going up, gets the beat over swooping, but that's a little too far. Looking for that upper 90, couldn't quite find it. And Risual gonna bomb this one right back downfield. Good counterattack coming out, but better defense from RLRS.
Looked like he was looking for Mike Boy. Here might be a shot here off the bar, and it's just able to get knocked away. Swoopin will hopefully send this one back for a clear. Maybe a center will be there, but RLRS again sends it to his teammate Justice, who knocks it into the corner.
Good slowdown, but better read from Justice coming out, looking for a flip reset. Risual saw it all day long, and RLRS gonna take his time, gather up some boosts, come off this side wall. Great demo by Justice to give him a little space, and so far, the battle of midfield is real.
You usually see RLRS throttle in the back for that boost, then he's able to follow it up with a nice hit. Tried to center it, but no one was there. Here comes Justice, one clear, but Yukis gets the rebound. The interception, the ball now moved up towards midfield, but over the top is Swoopin. He's trying to find a player in the center. They might have a goal opportunity, but it's RLRS who knocks it away.
That's a tough save from RLRS. You've immediately got to hit that break button on the side post, and it is so hard to stay up there like Velcro. And somehow he sticks on it, able to get that save and keep this scoreline tied up at 0 as we near halftime.
Baguette has really neutralized the passing ability of RJM thus far, and that's why you're seeing so many of these goal shots come down. But Yukis again looking for a player, but that's going to be Justice who's going to send it all the way down towards the top of the post before it eventually banks off. And RLRS again in transition on back. He's going to be there for defense. Nice another hit from Justice. It's going to be sent into the corner, but again, the offensive assault from Baguette is yet to find them a goal. 2:14 and counting. Still plenty of time. That demo is going to be huge. Now you have numbers advantage, a perfect centering, but no one's there as the defense is too strong. RJM get it out just in time.
Swooping going for that backdoor shot, trying to get it behind the defender. Good patience to bait that shot out, and RLRS going to try and bomb it downfield, but good challenge there from Swooping. RLRS, not a lot of boost left. Does get that midfield. It's going to slow Baguette Squad up just a little bit.
These contestant traffic really favor RJM because they're able to stay in D, but it was a nice shot from Baguette. It wasn't able to land, but they still have pressure inside RJM. Now the ball moved past midfield and back into the corner of Baguette. Could this be an opportunity for RJM to strike?
Good touch there from RLRS just to put the pressure at bay for a second, and Yukis going to have to put this into his own corner. We're nearing 1 minute to go, and so far, Baguette Squad has been trying to run their offense out of the blue corners. I'd love to see them go for some infield passing plays. I really feel like the net's open for those.
A little centered for RJM, but no one was there as Mikey Boy got the hit. A nice demo in air as Yukis will clear one out. Now a 3-2 advantage. The ball will move up, and it's another demo for them. Baguette having a perfect opportunity. Could this be the first goal of the game? They are looking for a nice hit, a centering, but it's immediately blocked away. In traffic, it's sent out to the corner. RJM have to fall back on D.
RJM have gotten lucky a few times here, just poor accuracy on the side of Baguette Squad. A few missed shots, that one hot coming towards the net, but good defense from Mike Boy. Baguette Squad inching closer and closer to the net, nearing 45 seconds. Still, game tied at 0-0.
Playing off the left post, high off the back wall, but it's going to be Baguette Squad. They're able to find the hole. They take their first goal here in the rival series, and they're able to punch it through what looked like just a misplay on defense from RJM.
And a good challenge there at midfield from Swoopin to just get a touch and put it back towards the box. Risual reads it well, doesn't rotate out, and he's able to hit that open net.
Off the left hash in the sidewall, RJM looked like they had control there, but other than that, they really got stuck in their own, and they couldn't find a way out, and it just took a couple of hits for Baguette to come through, and another score will happen. Baguette swooping, punching it home, now up with an insurance goal, 2-0.
Just piling him on, and Justice gets a misplay on that ball, and Mike Boy has nowhere to put that. Swoopin realizes it challenges that ball perfectly, and that 50-50 finds its way to the back of the net.
We talked about RJM having to come out a little bit hot, trying to find those passing lanes, but the problem is that when you get in a stalemate, Baguette will take it. They've been able to find a couple, and just as I'm speaking, they respond immediately, now down by just a goal.
Just a tight angle double tap coming out from Mike Boy. You see Yukis trying to read it and get that angle cut off, but no way, no how. RJM cut the lead down to 1.
I was trying to give them a little bit of props, saying they need to play aggressive, and look what they do. They come out with a double touch like you said, and that aggression can cause waves in the scene, but you need it to be a little bit more concrete when it comes to the late game. For now, you only have 18 seconds to really work with, and that could be another shot down, but it's immediately blocked away, up for a player to grab, and it might be Rizek's. No, Rizzo will be there at midfield. A demo comes in for Baguette. They have another opportunity to seal this game with only 7 seconds. They should be able to do it.
Well, this one right at the top of the box. Ritual, smart play to put it down, but the ball pops back up. Rizek trying to keep it alive. Ritual just trying to get the ball down towards the floor. It eventually hits, and Baguette Squad gets the first win of this series.
It seems like in the last 15 or 20 seconds, we were able to see what RGM had to do. Be aggressive on the side of the boards and really move your players upfield, but how many times did Baguette really have just control of midfield, continuing to push RJM all the way into the left hash, and it just seems like so many times they just got bad bounces they weren't able to get out of.
No, and they really lucked out, RJM did. Baguette Squad double the amount of shots, 8 shots in this game, and they were just off their mark, and that's gonna happen in the first game of the day, first game of the season. Nerves are on the line a little bit, so your accuracy is gonna be all over the place. But once they started to hone in, you could see their rotations working. They really boxed RJM in. They couldn't get any type of offense started.
Yeah, and if you're RJM, I think the best case scenario is that game ends 2-1. You're looking at not a huge deficit. The fact that you're able to keep it that close and eventually respond with about 20 seconds or so is a good thing, but you got to come out a little bit more hot. They're known as a team for great passing ability. The problem is they left too many balls up in the air for contest. They lost battles in transition, especially when the ball was in traffic, and that can only lead to disaster when you get hit repeatedly over and over again. It's like water going through a dam. It's just impossible to keep it back that long.
Yeah, and for a team like RJM, they've been scrimming a ton. They've been probably playing a ton of six-mans, obviously in the play-ins, but this is just a different level of gameplay. The speed is just a little faster. The timing, you've got a little bit slower to hit a ball. It's just, different gameplay, and you saw it right there. Yeah, 2-1, but against any other team in the world, they're going to stomp them out. But Baguette Squad has been here before. The veteran status really pulls through.
And if you're Baguette Squad, I think one of the things you have to look at is the fact you're able to weather the storm of RJM. We talked about it. We said they have to come out hot. Baguette said, cool. Let them just play the right hash. We will continue to just put them on hold. Once we find an opportunity, we'll chip away at that armor. They were able to do that, and they were able to find their first goal. I think that's really their key to success here, is just kind of keep RGM at bay, intercept those passes. Once you take that away, that's 2/3 of their game. You can easily win this.
Yeah, no, we had a player disconnect, so we're going to wait for that player to rejoin the lobby, and we'll be right back to the game. But while we're waiting, we've got a lot to dissect just from game number 1. And one thing that we talked about was the accuracy plaguing Baguette Squad there early on. They did fix it towards the second half, but last season, I brought up Risual in pregame. Risual's shooting accuracy was 17% last season. Not horrible, not great. And for this season to go in their favor a little better, I want to see him focus on better shots, smarter shots. Don't just fire the ball at the net just because you're going to do it. If you have an open look at net, yeah, shoot the ball. But if there's 2 defenders sitting in net, you've got a better playability. You've got to think better about playability. Sure, why not? Yeah. But you've got to go for infield passes. You've got to put the ball into the corner. You've got to try and get someone out of net, because if you're just going to fire the ball and there's 2 defenders sitting there, you're not going to hit that 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like game 1 was a bit of an enigma for both teams. You have Baguette Squad again, who, like you said, the shooting ability maybe needs to increase percentage-wise, but we expect more from them. RGM, we expect more from them. It was kind of a stalemate all the way into the last minute, 30 seconds. So maybe game 2 is really where we see the personality of these teams take fold. Then you can start expecting RGM to start hitting those passes again. You take that ability away from them, that limits their game. You take away the ability for Baguette Squad to get that percentage of shooting away, you take out that accuracy, that's where you can see them struggle. But off the start, it's going to be Swoopin, pushing this one into the sidewall, but immediately intercepted. RJM trying to get midfield pressure.
And right off the bat, we saw a kickoff in favor of RJM, a wide open net. And unfortunately, I believe it was Mike Boy just completely whiffs it and goes wide. Gonna want that one back, but let's see if they can get another opportunity at a wide open net.
Well, it's pushed off in a long booming clear down, but it will be Mike Boy who immediately sends it back to the hash. Transition defense for Baguette's good enough for now. That's going to be sent into the corner, and RJM have an opportunity to follow up. It's going to be a double touch from Justice as he hopefully pushes it up. Now a nice clear, but no, knocked away. Yukis doing good job indeed.
And he got 2 defenders to go up there. Something Baguette Squad's going to be wary of is those double commits. Those could come back to haunt them, and there's Rizek's first goal in season number 9.
Finally, RJM get themselves on the board, head early. This is what we needed from them. Again, the passing finally showing its true form. Splits 2 defenders, put them in the photo album. You got 2 of them looking at you as you fly right through, and that's a quick goal for them.
Love the pressure we're seeing here in game number 2 from RJM. They came out hot, and Baguette Squad didn't know how to deal with that. Just a good start here, and going up 1-0 in less than a minute of gameplay, I mean, that's pretty comfortable right there.
Yeah, this is about the best start they could have had. After you just wipe game 1 off the slate, you don't even have to worry about it. Nothing too crucial happened. You didn't blow a lead. You didn't lose it in overtime. You come out here, you strike hot, you strike first. It was very reminiscent of what we expect from RJM. Good passes, reading the defense well, splitting defenders, baiting them out of the box. They did it there. You got to continue that after this pause.
And again, another player disconnect, so we'll wait for him to get right back into the lobby. We want to make sure even playing field for everyone. But man, Rizek's is a player that anytime he's on this stage, you're going to want to watch him because greatness can happen at any moment. He is one of those players that can create plays for himself. He doesn't need his teammates to pass him the ball. Obviously, you want that to be a good team, but if you're on a 1v1 fast break, and Rizek's is barreling down behind that ball,
you see that? You want that guy.
That's a guy you want on your team, and if you're on the opposing team, you don't want to be seeing him. And again, another kickoff in favor of RJM. Something Baguette Squad's going to need to fix quickly.
And winning these kickoffs allows for that aerial assault to ensue. Mike Boy is going to send that one down. It's blocked away. It just wasn't on target, but that's okay. It causes enough for Justice to fly over. Plenty of boost. Yukis on defense going to send that back. Back into the corner we go. RGM and Mike Boy working together, going to push this one out. It looks like Justice might have had an opportunity, or Rizek's, but Swoopit's going to come in and immediately intercept it, and RGM getting a little bit more aggressive on these transitional hits than we saw in game 1.
I love the idea there for the infield pass from Baguette Squad. Unfortunately, it was a little too hot to handle, and this is going to be dangerous. 3 members of Baguette Squad up, but no follow-up from RJM. Mike Boy went all the way back to his own zone for boost.
It's a mirror image of what we saw in game 1. Now Baguette Squad stuck on their own hash. It was a beautiful hit, but Mike Boy just not able to send it home. It was a good defensive hold and a save from Baguette. But where is the double follow-up from RJM? Could it be there? No. It's immediately blocked out, and Mike Boy still putting pressure down.
RJM just peppering the net right now, forcing Baguette Squad to use a lot of boost and get out of the zone. Great offensive presence here from RJM. Baguette Squad just trying to do whatever they can to get this ball out of their zone, but so far, unable to clear it downfield. There's Ridgewell trying to set something up.
The spacing and crossing patterns of Baguette is meant to split up the defense of RJM and this assault at midfield. They're doing a good job, but every now and then Mike Boy's able to sneak through, and if he had a teammate there, you could be looking at a 2-0 lead. But for now, still just stuck at 1 goal, still plenty of time. Justice now goes up, but he's immediately taken out of the equation as Yukis will get a good hit, but it's off the top of the post and immediately sent to the corner.
And RJM just sent 2 for that ball. Left net wide open. Justice was at midfield across the play, and Rizek's good save there. RJM really needs to focus on just sending 1 towards that ball because these teams can shoot the lights out. Great D there from Justice.
Back into the corner of Baguette. They have opportunities now to sort of spread the field, but it's going to be a good hit. Now sent back downfield. Mike Boy with an opportunity, but it's immediately knocked away. Again, the saves from Baguette, keeping them in this game. That insurance run, or I should say goal, is so crucial. Justice with a beautiful hit, and Justice with a beautiful score. Now 2-0 RJM, they strike hot.
And way to bait the defender out here by Justice. Keep your eye on Yukis. You see him at the top of the box there, and that's when he realized his fate was sealed. Justice squeaks it in under the crossbar, and RJM go up by 2.
How many times do we have to talk about that offensive assault that every now and then will chip away and find a quick opening? Right there, RJM are able to strike, and they're looking to tie up this series at 1 apiece. Still a minute 45, so plenty of time, but Justice wants to immediately get another.
Oh!
So aggressive, and a nice hit off the post, but it's immediately taken away, and now Swoopin has an opportunity for a goal. Could it be there? No! It's immediately sent back, and Mike Boy on the D.
That was a good try there for some transition offense, but a better job at rotating back the defense by RJM, and Justice just putting this ball towards mid, and Rizwil just giving that ball away to Mike Boy. I am loving how RJM is just reading these passes that Baguette Squad are just telegraphing.
The relentless assault, the ability to not give up on plays, that's what's keeping them out ahead. It almost looked like an own goal for a second as Justice come over the top. Rizix wasn't in a position to follow up, but it's sent back towards midfield where they do have a member there. Baguette stalling for now, but they need to find an opening. They need to find something because as this sits now, they are absolutely going to drop this game if they don't get a quick hit.
Oh, and a great pass down. Rizex pops that one up, just forces Yukis to use a lot of boost, and it wastes a lot of time. Wide open net, and Justice seals the deal for RJM.
Again, an insurance run will close this game, but still, I mean, we've seen crazier things. 43 seconds. I know last series it was 8 goals in a minute and a half, so who the hell knows what might happen, but for now, RJM doing a fantastic job of living up to their name of the passing, the ability to create plays on the fly, and the mismatches they can cause with those open lanes. 38 seconds, ball still up for contention, but it's Justice who's underneath. A good carry, actually, might fall through. It's Rizek, no, not able to close the deal, but he did just enough to keep it in their half.
Oh man, almost got the finger roll into the back of the net. That would have been pretty, but possibly one here for Baguette Squad. Rizek avoids the demo, gets the save, and seals the shutout, but no, 15 seconds, and Baguette Squad pushing closer and closer towards the net.
And that was the first time I think we really saw Rizix juggle the ball with an under tap, but still it just burns time. Now 5 seconds, it's all but impossible. And we might have a tied series here in just one more drop. And RJM able to take game 2, now tying up the series. And again, this is what we expected from them. They immediately tie it up. And now game 3 is the swing momentum. Who's going to come out? Who's going to be able to stop them immediately off the pitch? This could really set the series.
They went from 4 shots in game 1 to 13 in game 2. I think they can officially say that, you know,
turnaround.
Yeah, good turnaround, but they shook off the nerves, I think.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what they needed to do.
Holy
If you want to come into
smokes.
game 2 and immediately wipe the slate clean, you need to strike early and do that, because that's exactly what just happened, and they did it well.
I mean, they almost had 2 goals in the first 30 seconds. One was just a blatant miss, and then they followed up with a quick goal.
So often, so
no.
The fact that they were continually following up these passes, following up double touches, I think that was the first time we really saw a player just juggle carry. I mean, Rizex had a nice touch to kind of burn time, but the confidence is back. You can see RGM feeling more comfortable on the field. Nerves might have been a factor in game 1. It wasn't in game 2.
Well, and I like the smart gameplay we saw there when time was winding down, less than a minute to go. Yeah, they're up 2. But they bomb that ball up in the sky, nice and slow, so it's just making that clock drain. Yep. And you're making players drain boost to try and get up there because they have to respect the fact that, hey, that could come into a shot. But just smart gameplay coming out from the 2 rookies, Justice and Mike Boy, in this matchup, tying this series up. Baguette Squad has to change a lot, and they really need to lock down that midfield because RJM is just working the field with them.
And when you send that ball up for contest, you allow Justice and Rizix to sit down and wait for it to fall. They played such great defense, and the ability to save those passes is really what's important. But off the start, with very little boost as Justice, he needs to get away from the action before he can finally follow up. But it's a good hit off the middle. Rizix is there. He'll follow up. Be able to split 2 defenders. If Rizix can score this, it would be a great set home. And that's going to be the first goal of the game. Rizix destroying the 3 opponents on his path.
16 seconds in, he comes out of the top of the goal for the save. Nobody from Baguette Squad saw it coming. And here comes Justice to give him a little low 5 after the goal.
Talk about splitting defenders and being able to capitalize. RJM again striking early. A quick goal will cause them to play a little bit more aggressive, you'd feel like, for an insurance goal. But now, still plenty of time. That demo did come through, but it wasn't enough to cause any chaos as the ball gets sent back down into the corner. But it's going to be Rizix there. A nice little soft touch, but it's not a good enough poke for anyone to follow up. Yuka sends this one down long for a moving clear, but it should be intercepted by a teammate before Rizwil gets another touch, and now back into RJM territory.
Well, there's RJM again, reading those telegraphed passes off the crossbar, Mike Boy. That was a good run downfield, but here comes Rizix. Gets it around one. Yukis puts it to the side and gonna try and set up some offense for Baguette Squad.
Yukis with a nice touch, trying to carry the under punch, but just not able to do it. Visual there. Looks for a player to cross. The center was, but no one else was following. Now another hit towards the back wall. And again, RJM are able to survive this offensive assault from Baguette. And they may have an opportunity for a counter goal. And here comes a push from Mike Boy, and that's exactly what happens.
Great neutral 50-50 here in the box of the Baguette Squad. Rizex, great catch and carry, and then just stalls it right there. And Rizwal had to respect the shot, could have squeaked through. Mike Boy comes in for the cleanup.
RJM's ability to stall in their own side and then push it forward for a counter goal. I mean, you can't ask for anything more. Now up 2-0, and this could be a very dangerous Game 3 to set the series, the precedent for what RJM can do on the pitch. But Justice goes up high for a hit. Swoopin is there, but another teammate from RJM will be there immediately for the intercept. Now ball up in fair play, and Swoopin has an opportunity to come behind and spike it down. But again, the intercept from RJM, Justice now carrying. Is anyone there to follow up? No. Immediately back into Baguette corner, and they still have numbers to work with.
And so far, the last two matchups, there's been zero sustainability to the offense from Baguette Squad. They need to do something different to keep that ball in the blue half longer. Make RJM use boost, make RJM sweat a little, because right now what they're doing, RJM is feeling comfortable and confident.
They can't even really transition. It's like what we saw from RJM in Game 1. Baguette Squad is now stuck in their own side. They can't get past that pitch, and that might have been an opportunity, but it's immediately sent back. A beautiful hit. What might come for a follow-up, a cheeky bit of a side, but Mike Boy's there. No, the back end won't spike it home, and Yukis now has to follow in transition.
Well, and I love that pass from Baguette Squad. That was beautiful, but they... Oh, Yukis sneaks that one in. What an angle and what a shot.
Sometimes it's as simple as that. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of courage. Yukis able to hit it into the top of the box. And that's all you need. You still have 2 minutes and 42 seconds, plenty of time. Game is by no means out of reach. Could this be the start of something great? We can only wait and see.
And a good kickoff there from Baguette Squad. The shot from Rizwal, but better defense from Rizex. And a good poke forward from Mike Boy. Justice gets up early. This team is super fast here in game number 3.
Seems like Baguette is finally starting to put the pedal to the metal. They're grabbing those boosts in the corner, keeping RJM from being able to contest those balls. And finally, these passes are connecting, but it's Mike Boy with the early stop. He now brings it towards midfield. But again, RJM doing a good job of controlling their side. Yukis with another hit. Yukis might be able to follow up, but no, Mike Boy with the contest.
And that's 3 up for Baguette Squad. That's wide open if Rizex can get it down, but that pass a little too far ahead of Mike Boy, and Yukis able to slide back on defense.
You can see Mike Boy trying to just bait out that player a little bit and then bring it back, but he just wasn't able to do so. Again, like you said, the pass just too far ahead, didn't have the boost either. Rizex with a nice hit, no boost to work with, but he has his teammate there. No, just hits the top bar and it's able to be pushed away.
Almost found that angle, and he was up an hour ago to try and get that shot in net, but RJM still up 1, a minute and a half to go. Baguette Squad still time to work with, but now they're gonna have to, no! Rizwal with the save!
These close hits are so crucial for RJM. They're just not able to capitalize it into a final goal. Now up just 1. Again, they need insurance, but it's all Baguette with these phenomenal saves. Still in the corner, that's a demo. They could come in huge, swooping with an opportunity to make a 1v1, but Justice knocks it away. And again, they're able to stall, and they're able to bring back to full numbers.
It's good lateral gameplay. Good defensive demo 2 times in a row from Baguette Squad. They're starting to create their own offense out of defense. Love the transition we're seeing, but that ball gets away from Swoop and just gives it over to Mike Boy, and they're gonna have to restart to try and get this ball back into the blue half.
Rizwal intercepts. It's back to Rizex, who does the same. What could have been an opportunity was knocked away. You knew there had to be a defender there. As they push this one forward, Justice looking for a player to come out. A nice hit will save him for a possible goal. But here comes another contest. The follow-up not able to connect. Swoopin over the top. He's going to be looking for a player to come in for the double hit. But no one is there for now. Swoopin just juggling by himself. Eventually, that gets knocked out.
There it is! Rizwal with the pass! What a play at midfield! He saw his teammate coming down center and hits him on a dime.
I wasn't sure if a player was going to be there to follow up, but he was. I could see you in your eyes. You knew it was coming. You absolutely knew. Yukis doing a great job of setting up that entire play, stalling out RJM, now tied with 22 seconds left. This could go into overtime, but you know neither side wants that to happen. Who's going to break away and take game 3?
Oh, this is not looking good for RJM here. On their heels, can't get this ball clear. Double demo coming out from swooping, but nobody goes for the shot. Gives plenty of time and space to RJM, but Yukis puts it under the defender, and they go up by 1.
3 unanswered goals for Baguette Squad, and they make it look so easy. A beautiful center off the top bar, and they push it right through. Yukis is there. He's in position. He gets it. And what are we talking about? The fact that Baguette Squad is resilient, RJM have to continue to find a presence on the map and make sure you get those insurance goals. No way in the world they're going to be able to control this unless they can somehow keep it up in the air. Baguette looking to take game 3.
Great kickoff by RJM to keep that ball up. Difficult to do. Rizek's trying to carry it up. This is going to be so hard. They have to go the length of the field. Gets the flick over one. The bump on the next, but Yukis, the man of the hour, the MVP of the match, the one with the hat trick on the field, puts that ball down, and Baguette Squad come back in this series.
RJM had to continue to put in insurance goals. You can never count out Baguette Squad. What do? They respond with 3 unanswered goals, 1 in the final second. But Yukis creating that entire play, staying by himself inside of RJM's territory, continuing to bait out players out of the box, carrying the ball past the mid-pitch. Then you start giving your teammates positioning. You allow them to come out behind you. You can set up a numerous amount of plays. He did it all there. That man, that was your match.
Well, and how about swooping, realizing, okay, I've got a cold hand today. I've got 1 goal so far in 3 games.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and feed the ball to my teammates. And Yukis there for that first shot, which was out of nowhere. That one that just floated all the way across the box, under the crossbar and in. That was perfect, but that passing play at midfield, that was the difference maker.
Good.
That turned the tides of the entire match.
I feel like I've talked about RJM a lot and their ability to stay aggressive, but we have to remember, Baguette Squad is a veteran team. They've been here before, and that always comes into play when a series gets drawn out like this, and when momentum games come in, like Game 3, that's where you look for your veterans to come through. That's exactly what Swoopa needed to do. He needed to say, I'm going to step back a little bit. If I'm not getting the touches I want, I can set up my teammates for better opportunities. He did that, and they just were able to close it out.
Well, and then the turnaround from Game 2 to Game 3, they went from 5 shots to 12. They realized, okay, hey, we've got to shoot the ball if we want it to go in the back of the net. That's how this game works. So let's just put our controllers in our laps and just go for it.
Why do I have an odd feeling we're going to Game 5?
I would love it. I'm all for it.
Game 5. I think we might be heading there, but off the start, it's another aggressive start for Baguette. RJM looked like they won the faceoff, but back into the corner of their own side. RJM looking to get it passed towards midfield. Justice is there, but you have 2 players from Baguette able to follow up. Rizul immediately waiting for that ball to connect, and he does. He has the boost to it. Push it forward at least. Rizex will be there. Oh, it looked like he just had it over his top of the car, but it's still able to be controlled for now, and they're doing everything they can to try to stop this offensive assault.
Great dunk off that back wall. Rizex missed that corner boost, trying to steal it away. Swoopin did get that, so he's got 100 in the tank, and a great poke forward, but Justice able to get that read. And right now, the difference maker, not only with the shots, but what's allowing those shots for Baguette Squad is the demos coming out from Swoop, and he's being a bully on the back end, just looking to take out anyone and steal his boost on the way out.
They were doing it all last game. They've continued that same precedent here. And it's allowing them to open up these lanes and find the nicks and crannies that they can really start to find pressure. But still, Justice with another demo, but it's immediately sent away. Can it go through? Justice with the demo, with the hit, with the goal. And that's what we're talking about. RJM again coming out early and striking hot.
You know, it's happened to the greatest Rocket League player in history. It's going to happen to you too. Own goals, they'll happen. It's just how you come back from it.
You know, sometimes when these things happen, you need to take a breather. But in a game like this, with the stakes on the line of course, the series, you can't stop. You have to continue. You have to find a way to just brush that off. I sounded so excited, but when it comes down to an own goal, sometimes it's just a detriment. Mikey Boy looking to punch it out, but it's immediately Yukis who sends it back down long range. Justice just underneath, and he's going to have this one coming back towards his home. And maybe he gets there for a punch, but it's Mike Boy and Rizul who are now going to fight for the contest.
And that's one of those hits that you're going to see from rookie players, where they just hit the ball just to hit it. They're not hitting it to a spot. They're not hitting it to a player. He just touched that ball because he could. And in turn, he turns that ball over in his own defensive half. He's got to be careful about that.
Swoopin is there, and a little bit of traffic conglomerating inside of RJM's corner, but they're able to knock it away. Mike Boy might have an opportunity, but no. Yukis is going to be there to knock it out. And Justice and Mike Boy still have a position to work with, still have an opportunity, but again, Baguette will knock it away.
Oh, and good challenge from Mike Boy to cut off midfield, keep up offense, but great 50-50 win there from Swoopin. Gonna just be a midfield gameplay here as we near halftime.
Well, it's another demo for RJM, tally up the scoreboard. That's got to be at least 15 now, as Rizix has a carry under the belly. But no, it could be a second hit. A great defensive hold from Rizual.
What a stance on that goal line to keep that ball out of the net, not allowing another one to squeak in.
Up for grabs. Justice is under Rizix as well. You have two players back on defense for RJM, so no one was able to follow up for a hit. Didn't seem like they really needed to either. Swoopin is there. He's going to knock it forward, maybe just try to stall out of it as they get control of the right hash. But Justice is going to carry it up towards the corner before it's knocked away by Baguette.
Oh, he's got space, he's got time, he's got the upper 90, but it rattles out and Swoopin can't get that touch. It's going to transition to some offense for RJM. Here comes Rizix with the bombing clear. Going to follow this one up, but Yukis sneaks it under him.
Those bombing clears just kind of break pace and give people an ability to set back and follow up and just gain their bearings. Sometimes that's all you need, but with a minute 35, we're looking at the final closing seconds of this game where realistically, you have to start making a play. Maybe Baguette have an opportunity here with a good hit. It's set down, but does anyone to follow up? A double hit? No, it's immediately pushed away. Swoopin is there. Can he carry home?
And Swoopin with another demo there, and look at him going for Mike Boy again. Yukis just puts that shot up and high away. Baguette Squad starting to feel the pressure of being down one goal as they near 1 minute of gameplay, but still plenty of time to go. Got to make sure they don't triple commit.
She seems like nobody's able to really find an entry. They can't just find a hit. Rizix over the top. Rizix with a beautiful hit over the top of the defender, and he sneaks it through with a minute left. That's the insurance goal they were looking for.
And he just dangled that ball in front of Swoopin, made him think he had more time than he actually did, and just puts the shot right over his head. Rizix was the third goal of the series.
We talk about his ability to mechanically juggle and find those openings. Beautiful 1v1 inside the box, and he shows you why he's one of the best players on this roster. Now up 2-0 with the 50 seconds left. You're looking at crunch time for Baguette. Again, you do have game 5 to sit back on, but you don't want it to go there. Justice setting it back towards mid, but it's immediately intercepted. Baguette looking to at least close the distance, but they need 2 goals, and they only got 30 seconds, Subi.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard ask. Once you near that 30 seconds, you want to go right now, so you've got time to work with. You get closer to 15 seconds, and it's desperation time.
Well, Mike Boy has no boost, so he's kind of in a precarious spot. Now gets the side grab, and he's got 100 to work with. That ball will unfortunately fall just precariously underneath. Rizix is there. They're trying to stall time like they did in game 2. Yukis with a hit. Could it be a follow-up? No. A quick contest will send it back into the corner. Now they have an opportunity to carry. Mike Boy just looking again to keep it up in the air. And they should be able to spike this down and close this game out and send it to game 5.
And there it is, RJM. 2 rookies on the team, but the MVP this match is the veteran that has Rival Series experience under his belt, takes his team to game 5. He's been here before, and I'm curious what he's telling his boys right now.
Well, you shot 50%, you had 2 saves, and that beautiful 1v1 inside, just being able to bait the player a little too low, and then you send the shot over. It's perfect. This is exactly what Rizix needs to do. That's why he's on this roster. He's supposed to be the guiding hand for these younger players, and he's the guy who can make that call and say, let me have the ball, I'll take it from here. That's exactly what he did. Now we're going to game 5. I honestly don't know who's going to win. I mean, it's been back and forth each game. I got to think that if RGM strike hot again, they don't drop it.
Well, yeah, you're absolutely right. And if they can keep their number of shots on goal up, yeah they're going to win this game. Because when Baguette Squad kept them to only 4 shots, they seemed to wipe the floor with them. But Baguette Squad, again, 5 shots in that match. Their offense is hit or miss. It's either there or it is nowhere to be found. There's no middle ground for them right now. And for them to come out of game 5, they have to just be aggressive as heck. I love seeing Swoopin going for those demos. That's what they need to stick with right now, because the offense isn't really creating itself. They're the ones making the offense really just open the defense up.
Yeah, the defense really hasn't been an issue. It's just been transitioning from that to find an opening. I mean, RJM's just off the gate, off the initial hit, they've been able to find these quick goals. It's really propelled them. So if they're able to stay with that and they can find that consistency, yes, RJM have an absolute chance to take Game 5. But Baguette Squad, like you said, we need more aggressive offense. Their defense is not the question. Maybe they have an opportunity here.
Baguette Squad seem to have figured out the kickoffs in this one. Hard shot. That's a difficult save by Rizex as you're going backwards, and he just booms this one all the way downfield. Justice is up, looking for a double. Can't quite find it. That one goes away, but RJM going to retain offensive pressure.
A little too hard off the back of the board, but it was just enough to cause some pressure. Like you said, Justice and Mike Boy again transitioning, flowing through. A nice hit, but Justice has to fall back. No one's really there to center it. And Baguette will have to look at another stalemate situation where they're just not able to get a follow-up. Still, RJM looking to immediately strike first like they've done in the past 3-4 games. Swoopin is underneath. Does he have an opportunity for a hit? No. Rizex is there, and he pokes it out.
And I've been impressed with RJM's back wall defense. You haven't seen too many double tap attempts, too many passes off that back wall or corner coming out for Baguette Squad. It's one thing that you can generally just push against rookies is power that ball onto the back wall, and eventually they're going to make a mistake. But again, you see Justice, great hit off that back wall. They haven't really missed any balls in this entire series. And
these hits are just kind of getting them comfortable with the situation.
Great pass.
Might have an opportunity for RJM, and that's going to be a goal, Mike Boy. Putting it up 1-0, and like we said, come out and strike hot. They did it.
Great touch there from Justice, but Rizex with a beautiful pass off that back wall, utilizing his fourth teammate to get that one towards the top of the box, and Mike Boy waits for Swoopin to jump and just puts it to the side.
With the amount of time that Baguette Squad spent in RJM's territory trying to get a shot to land, RJM immediately respond with a quick goal, and that shows you the power of this team. Now, can they follow that up? Again, that insurance goal is so crucial for them. Rizex looking to get a nice hit. Oh, he might get it! No, he gets sent away, and it just wasn't on target.
Oh, those crossbody shots are so hard to ring in, but Justice keeping pressure here. Yukis kind of lets that one get away from him, but he does find his way back towards that ball. Swoopin cuts him off, calls his teammate out, but two players right in that box. Gonna be dangerous, and you see the transition there. You gotta make sure you don't send two towards that ball.
It seems that Baguette's leaving these balls up a little bit too high most of the time. Another shot saved. Yukis comes in with a beautiful hit. It does just enough to keep this a one-score game, but still, RJM continuing to put on pressure inside of Baguette. A nice carry from Mike Boy, a flip over the top, but it's going to be Rizual there to stop that second goal.
That was a good flick top of the box, but great patience on defense coming out from Baguette Squad. Swooping with the demo, net's open, but Yukis can't get any power on that one. I think Mike Boy would have gotten back on defense anyway to get a touch on that, but here comes Rizual. Rizex is on the back wall, gets the flip reset. The ball is still up. Yukis just a little too high, hits the crossbar, and Baguette Squad still can't find one as we just inch into the second half.
Swoopin came in like a train looking for that hit, but it was immediately knocked away, and that causes the ball to be pushed back into the corner, and still Baguette looking for an opening. Maybe this could be it here. They got to get out of their hash, but Mike Boy just playing two players to their strengths and continuing to put pressure down. RJM burning time and keeping the ball out of their net. That's exactly why they have the lead now.
And again, great back wall defense from the rookie there. Puts that one up towards his teammate. Good patience. You see him sitting in net right here, going to cut that pass off. And they're just seeing the passing plays develop that Baguette Squad are trying to build. Oh, ho, ho.
I was looking at it from a distance. I thought maybe there's a chance, but Mike Boy off the side wall. Justice comes flying over, and a beautiful down hit into the lower post. Talk about predicting the movement of the opposition. He did it there. Again, insurance goals galore, up 2-0.
Yeah, saw where his opponent was, put the ball in the exact opposite place, and a rare miss there from Rizex. Justice there on that back line to hold it down, but Swoopin cuts rotations, keeps the ball alive. Rizual just missing the upper 90, and great defense from RJM.
Well, Yukis looks for a hit back into the corner as Mike Boy's there, and he's going to send it back. Yukis again intercepting. And It's immediately pushed out. Justice with a booming clear. Again, they're trying to burn time. They know they have the lead. It's Game 5, Series 1 of the rival series for these boys, and they know they're so close to a victory. Mike Boy looking for another hit, but no one is there. Again, the longer this ball stays up in transition, the more time's wasted off the clock. This is exactly what RJM wants.
Still plenty of time, but it's just looking like Baguette Squad is having a tough time getting that ball downfield. Just hitting the ball just to try and relieve some pressure, but Rizex gets around one. They've got numbers. Get the flick off the crossbar. Mike Boy can't hold on to that, and Baguette Squad, luck out there.
I thought Rizex had an opportunity. That player missed the flip, and he was able to slide by, but he just wasn't able to connect. The target a little bit off. The accuracy is something these players are going to have to work on as the season progresses, but for now, it's doing favors. Mike Boy and Justice fighting over control in their hash. Mike Boy will at least send it towards midfield. He carries it over. This could be a goal 3, but it's immediately sent away, and there comes Justice over the top.
That's it, unless there is just a miracle. Baguette Squad needs one right now. Good flick, but yeah, that is not gonna happen. And RJM get the upset in week number 1. Rizex,
wow,
just coming alive.
We talked about Rizex carrying this team in certain moments. That was an opportunity where he had to show up. He did, and everyone fed off of it. We talk about Mike Boy being there on transitions, always able to find the crossing lanes. And then you have Justice, who always seems to play defense immaculately inside the goal, gets a couple of saves, sets up for Rizex to find those players. I mean, RJM, you had to strike hot. That's what shows me, that's what I see in this team. They can come out early, they can get ahead, and then they keep you from getting good passing lanes on the board. They find a way to burn the clock, and that's why they won.
Well, and they held Baguette Squad to only 6 shots. They're just not allowing Baguette Squad to do anything on offense. They're saying, okay, go ahead and try and beat us if you want to play that aggression game. Yeah, it's not going to work. You can demo us. That's fine, but we're comfortable. We trust in each other. We're going to call stuff out because we rotate like a true team. This team was so fun to watch, and everybody getting involved. Rizex, 3 goals, 2 assists. Mike Boy, 3 goals, 3 assists. Right. Justice, 4 goals, all to himself. I mean, this team is going to be fun to watch as this season progresses.
And I'm not really sure if it was a synergy issue, but you could tell Baguette was maybe a player or 2 away from really breaking things open. They just weren't really able to get anything going. I mean, RJM continually had the ball in their half, and when you're playing off the back foot every single time there's a clear, that's going to cause issues. That's going to be a situation where you can't necessarily work your way out of it mechanically. It just takes a whole team effort. They just weren't able to get it done.
Well, up next, we have some returning fan favorites of the rival series going up against a couple of rookies and a world champ. You're not going to want to miss it. Don't go anywhere.